Great Lakes area lawmakers are moving forward to find a permanent solution to keeping the invasive Asian carp out of our waterways.
Michigan's Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow and Republican Representative Dave Camp were among those who introduced new legislation in the House today.
It would require the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to complete research on separating waterways linking the Mississippi and the Great Lakes. The lawmakers want the estimated 5-year project to be finished within 18 months. An Asian carp was recently found on Lake Calumet on Chicago's south side, only 6 miles away from the big lake.
So let's get to the bottom of some of these developments today and what seems like a war on Asian carp. We are happy to have with us once again United States Senator Debbie Stabenow, United States Representative Dave Camp. Representative Camp is a Republican, Senator Stabenow is a Democrat, which shows the significance of this issue to draw bipartisan support. Senator Stabenow, let me start with you. Did I read today another significant development, and that is that a U.S. Senator from Illinois by the name of Dick Durbin has also signed on to this new legislation? And if that is so, how important is that?
Well, Rick, that's very important. I'm very pleased that Senator Durbin, senator from Illinois, who's the Assistant Majority Leader in the Senate, has signed on as the main co-sponsor with me on this bill in the Senate. That means we bring in all the Great Lakes senators, including Illinois, and that also means that we're responding to the Great Lakes Commission, where the governor of Illinois chairs that commission, where they are agreeing with what we're doing as well. So this is a major step forward for us.
Representative Camp, how important is it that some type of legislative action is taken, and how quickly does this need to happen?
Well, it needs to happen right away. And let me just say, not only is the identical bill that Senator Stabenow introduced in the Senate introduced in the House, it also has bipartisan support. Nearly every member of the Michigan delegations on the bill, and it was just introduced just recently. So we're going to continue to push that. But it's critical because an Asian carp was found north of the barrier, just a few miles from Lake Michigan. We want to prevent the carp from getting in. We want to close the locks and do whatever mitigation we need to keep the fish from getting in, and then also we need to push forward on this hydrological separation and this study that will help accomplish that as soon as possible. This is absolutely critical, and that's why you're seeing, I think, this bipartisan support come forward and realize that the Great Lakes are just too important to risk, and that's why we're continuing to work hard on this issue.
Senator, let me ask you this. I know that you have had discussions with the administration about this issue. Is there some thought, do you think, that the White House may get involved and weigh in on this again, and maybe with a little different outcome?
Well, the administration is very supportive of what we are doing. They understand what we need is a permanent separation of the waters. We've had invasive species coming up the Mississippi River for a lot of years. We've ended up with zebra mussels and sea lamprey. The worst threat, of course, is the Asian carp. But they have directed more resources. We have asked them to put one person in charge for the administration, which I believe they're going to do, that will oversee all of these efforts, and we've asked for a greater sense of urgency with the Army Corps of Engineers. So I'm very confident that the President is supporting what we are doing here, and basically, I mean, this is about our way of life in Michigan and the entire Great Lakes states, and so we have to have a big sense of urgency about this.
Senator Stabenow, Representative Camp, we thank you both for taking time to talk with us, and we hope when you're back in the area you come on and talk more about this, as this is a vital issue, not just to West Michigan, but the entire state. Thank you both for being with us.